Hello and welcome to Ocean Fox. It's Carla and I'm Simon. So we thought we'd introduce ourselves just in case you haven't been following us and you've picked up this video randomly looking at the costs of sailing around the Mediterranean. So it's 2018 and we started off in Croatia in
end of March.
And we sailed south through Croatia, through Montenegro, down through Greece, right out to Rhodes was the furthest east we went.
Yeah,
was Rhodes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then we travelled over to Crete and back up, all the way back up to Corfu.
Again.
We then went across to the heel of Italy and we went down round the soul of Italy and through the Messina Strait. And we jumped across to Sicily over to Utopia.
Ustica.
Yeah, thank you. See, I'm rubbish at that. You'll get used to that if you watch us. I'm rubbish at names. From there we went over to Sicily, up the east coast of Sicily, round the north coast of Sicily, over to the Balearic Islands, which was Minorca, Majorca, Ibiza and Formentor. Terra, thank you again. And then we nipped across to Spain and kind of down the Spanish coast, heading towards Gibraltar. And all of that has taken place over 6 months.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is go through the 3 F's of travelling through the Mediterranean. The 3 F's are fuel, food and fees. Okay, so Carla's going to start and tell us a little bit. We're going to have a discussion, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's more of a discussion, really. And then we're going to tell you the figures as we go through. So let's hit fuel to start with.
Yeah, we spent much more than we were expecting to. Partly because the wind wasn't always in our favour.
Certainly wasn't in Greece. The Maltimi was blowing back in May and June when we were there. And either we had to go first thing in the morning early to go against the wind when the wind was much lighter, and so that meant motoring for 4 or 5 hours, or we had to motor because it was so rough we couldn't
do it.
No. And we have to say we did really actually burn through quite a lot of diesel.
And then because we had deadlines, we had people to meet us somewhere. So
holidays, people going on holidays.
Yeah, our friends and family. So and then we had to be there at a certain time. So we couldn't really wait for a better wind or best time to go.
No.
So it was just we had to go. We had to go. Yeah. So we spent much more than we were expecting to.
We did, and we started off with fuel around about 140, 145 a litre, euros this is.
Yeah.
And we hit it in Italy, didn't we?
Yeah, because it was a high season when we were there, so went up to
1.99.
1.99.
Yeah, 2 euros a litre basically.
That hurt.
That hurt. That really did hurt because 200 litres was 400 euros, as you can obviously work out. I mean, the fuel was readily available. I have to say that even if you had to get a tanker to come, in Greece in particular, you get a lot of harbours where there's a sign up saying fuel, and they bring this little mini tanker and they shove it on the quay and then they give you a pump. And
it wasn't a problem at all. No. We could get it everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem. Was it in Italy, in Spain? In Spain and Italy, you tend to find they've got proper pumps
at the marinas. Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, in the island, Ustica. There wasn't any fuel there.
No.
We didn't. No, but it would have been a jerry can job, wouldn't it? We'd have to go and take the jerry cans in and get them filled up at the petrol station. You know, it would have been a bit of a thing. And the other thing, of course, you don't know is what you're actually putting in your tank. I mean, we know it's diesel because they say it's diesel, but we don't know whether it's clean diesel, dirty diesel. But I have to say, even in some of the ropey little lorries that filled us up, we never actually had a problem with the diesel. It's always been clean enough for the Yanmars to deal with. So yeah, we spent a lot of more. We're forever filling it up.
Yeah.
And obviously we got 2 fuel tanks because we're a catamaran, and it seemed to go on forever.
So we got 2,245 euros for the 6 months.
Just say that again because I interrupted you.
2,245 euros which divided by 6 months, it's 374 euros a month.
So it's 100 euros a week. That doesn't sound too bad, really, does it? 100 euros a week doesn't sound bad till you go 2,245.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and we might need another refill now, and the tanks were full when we got the boat.
Exactly. We're not counting on
We're
that
not
one.
counting those.
Yeah.
So that's the first F, fuel.
Yeah.
Now, next F is food.
Food. Yeah. Food was a problem in Greece. Because they have these small supermarkets where they don't have, they never have what we need.
No.
And it's very expensive,
Yeah.
I have to say. It was very expensive.
They're like corner shops, really.
Yeah. And everything is a mess inside. You don't really know what they have, what they don't have, but they don't have what you want. Vegetables are very
Fresh
low
vegetables.
in fresh vegetables, some of the islands.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the main islands, obviously,
Yeah.
but
The smaller ones in the
smaller
Cyclades,
ones, yeah.
which we went round. We spent quite a long
So
time.
it was a hard job to be healthy over there,
Yeah.
but we
But Croatia, no problem whatsoever.
no.
Montenegro
was
really surprised
spectacular.
us. Spectacular supermarkets. Yeah.
Really.
Big, beautiful fresh fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No problem.
Italy wasn't a problem.
No, in Spain.
And Spain's not a problem.
It was just the Greek islands, really.
Yeah.
And so it was expensive. If you have to buy meat, it turns out very expensive. We eat a lot of fish, which we catch up. We try to, at least. And it really helps on the budget, doesn't it?
It does. It certainly does.
Chicken on these places are very, very expensive. I don't know why. We don't eat red meat, but the chicken is some of the places was so expensive.
But you need to catch more fish. You're doing well. You got three. You got three big ones. And another thing I discovered was I'm a bit of a coffee thing, and I like my coffee with milk. But the milk in Italy was awful. It was very, very thick and heavy milk in Italy. You couldn't seem to get the skimmed or semi-skimmed stuff. But I mean, that's only a small thing. And what about eating out? We did a bit of eating out, didn't we?
We have a budget like once a week we eat out. It's not that expensive,
No,
is it?
it isn't really.
It's not that expensive.
No, we don't go to the posh restaurant.
If you go to a posh restaurant, yes,
Yeah.
you pay. But even if you go to a posh restaurant, you don't pay as much. Do
No,
you?
I don't think so.
I think
we were
we
getting
pay
away with what, 30, 35 euros?
35 euros, 40 euros.
For dinner. So that would be 2 main courses and a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
Yeah, always a bottle of wine.
yeah. Starters, we don't eat desserts, but yeah.
No, yeah, maybe a starter. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't.
And we're talking sort of tavernas and
Yeah.
local beachfront cafe
yeah.
and that sort of thing, not the posh place on the marina or something. There was a few of those in Italy.
Yeah.
Really expensive ones in Italy.
Yeah.
Beautiful places in Italy.
Yeah, very good quality.
Oh yeah. In fact, I can't really grumble about the food in Greece either, or Montenegro, or
No,
I think we had pizza in Montenegro.
I don't remember.
So, in 6 months, how much money have we spent on food?
Well, it's a surprise actually. It's not much. So we spent 1,784 euros, which brings a monthly of 297 euros.
300 euros a month.
Yeah.
Less than 100
Yeah.
euros a week.
Yeah.
Less.
It's good. It's
not
very
bad,
good.
really, is it?
It's okay. If you balance with the more expensive.
And that includes the wine.
That includes the wine. That's right.
Yeah.
Because they're all together on the receipts.
Well,
yeah,
we get
that
through
includes-
a bottle of wine a day. Shh, don't tell Carla.
It's the-
So
So yeah, it's
Yeah, it's quite cheap,
including
isn't
it's quite cheap. Yeah, food.
Yeah.
We can't really complain
No.
about the food.
and I don't buy a bottle of wine over €3. No, I'm normally €2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but it does add up. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it does add up.
So I think food surprised me because at some point I thought I was spending too much.
Yeah. And lager's a funny thing, isn't it? You stop and you just turned up, you've done your 8 hours that day, your 10 hours sailing, travelling, and then you go up and you go, oh God, just go in and have a pint of lager. So you go in, you sit there in the bar, you have a pint of lager, and it can either be ridiculously cheap or
Or
€5,
very expensive,
€6
yeah.
a
That's
litre.
right, that's
Not a
right.
litre, half a litre.
That's right. But the food we learned that at the beginning I was buying like little shops, little things at the shop. It was a small shopping, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we learned that it's better if you find a bigger supermarket, even if we have to get a taxi or rent a car.
10
Go
euros each
to
way or
a
something.
bigger supermarket, make a big shopping. It turns the whole thing cheaper.
It does. It
so
does.
we learned that. It took us probably 2 months to learn
because
that.
in Crete somewhere, in Rhodes we went to Lindos, didn't we? And there's somebody else, Lindos. Lidl, yeah. We were in Lindos, so we went to Lidl. And I remember we went somewhere else as well in Greece.
And it is better. If you do that, it's much better than buy, because if you go to one of the small markets, you easily spend 30-40 euros.
Yeah.
And you go to a bigger one, make a big shop, and you spend 130, 140, it doesn't matter, 150, but you have food for 3 weeks or so it's
and you've got to keep a bit of food on board, because you don't know.
You never know. That's another thing I learned.
I ran out of milk at one point, and I went 2 days without milk.
Yeah, you did.
That was bad. That was. Coffee was awful.
Yeah, but I learned that you have to have food in your fridge for at least a week. So.
Yeah, you do really. And that's another thing you need to make sure if you're planning on something like this. I mean, we've got 2 fridges and a freezer, and you really do need fridge and freezer space.
Yes. And at the beginning we didn't have the freezer.
Have the freezer.
We had to buy the freezer. So we bought the freezer in.
I remember buying it.
Why did we collect my brother? Was before that?
Kos.
Kos was in
Kos.
Yeah, we bought in Kos, which was 3 months after we were on this thing.
Yeah.
So and the freezer really helps, because then I can again make a big shopping and then put all in the freezer. So it's much better.
Yeah. So our third F is fees.
Fees.
What people charge you. So we're quite lucky in that we are Europeans, we're English, British, and our boat's British flagged. So basically in the EU part of Europe, we don't have to pay any fees, as in checking in and checking out. We did go to Montenegro, and you had to have an agent to check you in, but we went to Port Montenegro, and they said they would include the agent in the fees for the mooring, but we still had to pay the like the Coast Guard or the local police or whatever it was. And if I'm correct, that was 100 euros.
It's 100 euros, I think.
Yeah, that was 100 euros. So that's 100 euros gone. Tick. And then we got round to the most exciting
in Greece.
In Greece, because you see, the whole point of Europe is that it's free. I'll stress that word again. Free movement of people and trade, except when you come to Greece, and Greece charge you 65 euros.
It's 50 plus 15. 15 for fees. Fees for the fees.
Yeah, and then there's the fees for the guy that takes the money as well. Do you remember we had to go and pay it in the post office?
Yeah.
And so he had
it's
to
another little
fee on there, whatever.
Yeah, so it's 65 euros, that one.
Yeah.
And then we paid to cross the Crete Canal.
We did, which I have to say, I've read people go, it's really expensive, but however much they charge you, it's worth every single penny.
It's worth it, yeah. It was 184 euros, something like that.
Yeah, but it really was worth it. Really worth it. Well, money really well spent. That was, yeah. Okay, and do we have any other fees though apart from mooring fees? No, we haven't, have we?
No, this one's we paid 425 euros.
What's that for?
It's this one's check-ins, check-outs, and cruise permits and stuff.
Because we had to pay something in Croatia, didn't we? We had to pay a tourist tax.
We had to pay a tourist tax. Yes, they charge you to be.
Yeah. So they charge you to be on your own boat. Yeah.
But even for the locals.
Even the locals, even just like you would if you were staying in a hotel. You pay a €1 a night or €2 a night thing. So we had to pay that as well. Yes. So basically, then we came down to 425 euros of fees. During the 6 months.
Yes. Plus the marina fees.
Now, in Greece, it is incredibly cheap.
It's just cheap. They don't bother to come and collect you, or it's free, or it's just like 3 or 6 or 9.
I mean, €6 to moor on a quay for a night for a 40-foot catamaran. It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous because they always charge us in double everywhere in the marinas because we are double.
We take up twice the space.
We take twice the space.
Yeah.
But in Greece we have to say, and thank you for, to them for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we stopped a lot over there.
Yeah, and you do actually find quite a lot of sort of abandoned marinas whereby there's nobody there to take any money. There's nobody managing it. It's
all the structure is there, but it's just completely abandoned. It's just
no electric, no water.
Yeah.
No. And then they nick your fender.
It's part of the thing.
But we do try to spend as much time as we can on anchor. Our record is 22 days on anchor without paying any fees at all. So
and we like much more to be at anchor because it's much quieter.
Yeah.
And
we're saying this when we're sitting in the marina.
Yeah, we are.
Well, why are we sitting in the marina?
Because we got a huge thunderstorm on the way.
Yeah, we did. We were just coming down the coast of Spain, and we had 4 thunderstorms last night when we were on the mooring, on the anchor, and today we got ourselves right into the middle of a big thunderstorm with 3 different cells, and we were getting thrown around everywhere.
It wasn't very nice.
So we
just ran to the coast and came to this marina.
Yeah, it's probably the right thing to do, really.
Yeah.
So total then in fees?
In marina fees is 1,866 euros.
But what I'd say is we had to go back to the UK twice.
Yes, that wasn't on the plan.
No.
And we had to leave the boat for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
7 days once and another
4
5
days or something,
4 days
wasn't it? Yeah.
So that wasn't, right on the plan. And we were in Italy, which once we were.
It was in August in Italy, and it is the most expensive place. For example, it was high season. But we shopped around at one place where we were going to leave the boat on the north-west coast, and there was 8 harbours or marinas in the local area, and the price range was per night €25 up to €165. So that sort of kind of puts it into perspective what you could pay if you're not careful where you go.
Yes.
And in fact, the place we went was a boatyard, really, wasn't it? It wasn't really a marina at all, but it was fine.
It was fine. Yeah, the boat was secure. That's what we wanted.
We had water and electricity included. It was fine. So it wasn't a problem.
Yeah, so we spent more money on that. If we take that off, that was about 900 euros we spent on that. So it wasn't bad, really.
No.
That came to 311 a month with everything included. So.
And of course, you could do as much as you like at that, couldn't you? You don't have to ever go in the marina.
No.
And certainly, if you were cruising around Greece.
But as I was saying, I much prefer to be out at the anchor.
Yeah, I know.
It's so much quieter.
Yeah.
You get loads of, especially in Greece, on the quays, you just get the noise of the bars at night. And
you get the noise of the bars at night, you get the ferries that turn up in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock in the morning, making lots and lots of noise. You get a lot of people talking and fishing.
And they just party at the places and just make loads of noise.
But if you were just doing Greece, you could do it very cheaply.
Very cheap,
very cheap. You could find lots of places to go where you wouldn't pay.
No.
And so that would be quite good. What we have found in Spain along this coast is actually quite difficult to find anchorages.
This coast is not very pretty.
No, it's not very pretty.
And it's not attractive at all.
No.
But
you don't have any little coves or bays.
Nothing.
And Mallorca, the Balearic Islands, there's loads and loads of places to anchor. Beautiful little spots, all in little coves. They call them Cala. Sardinia, there's loads of places to anchor. So it depends where you go really on how much you're going to spend. Yeah.
So when we went to marinas, was more to get some water because we don't have the water maker yet. We are about to install the water maker in Gibraltar in a week.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason that we had to go to the marinas was for water.
Well, we got
the boats.
we've got 600 litres, haven't we, of water?
Yes.
And that tends to last us about a week and a half.
Nearly 2 weeks.
Nearly 2 weeks, and we shower every day. And that sort of thing. It's not like we're really
we're not
skimping.
saving. No, we don't save.
No. And there's another point you just made is that the boat does get dirty.
Dirty, very dirty.
Yeah.
Especially in Greece.
Yeah.
Croatia used to get yellow.
Yeah, we'd have these little rain clouds that come over, and they just dump sand on your boat. Basically, they just make it slightly damp and sand, and you'd wake up in the morning, it could be completely yellow.
Yeah.
So you know, you do have to wash your boat quite a lot, and even if it's just the salt, you know, you get in a bit of a bumpy sea.
Yeah, because every time you go around, it just gets so sticky, all the salt around.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, so you really need to wash. So that's why we went to the marinas actually.
Yeah.
Or if you get thunderstorms, like we got one today. But it was just today, wasn't it? Because of, or sometimes you can't get an anchorage with that it's smooth.
No, that's right. So it's a bit rolling.
So sometimes we go 3-4 days without sleeping well. So then we decide to go.
One thing we found out in Italy is they don't charge you for water. The guy said we don't charge for water. We can have water for nothing. So we actually went in a couple of times and we spoke to the people at the fuel dock, 2 different places, and said, could we come in and fill up with water? And they said, yeah, no problem, but would you mind coming sort of 7 o'clock at night when we're closing, which is fine, but that didn't make any difference. And so we just brought the boat in, stuck it by the fuel pump, filled it up with water, and then left.
Yeah, but in Mallorca they charge us 15 euros just to go in and put the water, and they said half an hour you go.
Yeah. So it does vary, doesn't it? Okay, so you're going to do the summary then. The summary of the costs.
The sum of the costs. So to recap, the first F, which was full, was 2,245 euros. Divided by 6, we have 374.16 euros a month. Second one was food, 1,784 euros 67. Divided by 6 gives us 297.44 a month. And the third F was fees. So the country taxes was 425 euros, and the marina fees was 1,866.80 euros. Divided by 6 gives us 311.13 a month. So the total cost of everything gives us a total of 6,320 euros. Divided by 6, it's 1,053 euros a month.
So 1,053 a month doesn't really sound that bad.
No, it doesn't.
Does it? It's £250 a week. 250 euros a week.
Yeah.
Which really, if you think about it, isn't that bad. I mean, we had to go back. We spent well over £1,000 on mooring fees because we had to go back to the UK.
Yeah, that's right.
So you know, you can take that out straight away. Really, you can't. Because most people wouldn't do that. So, all in all,
I think
it was pretty good.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we could have sliced off a bit of fuel. That's unfortunate. That was just dictated to by deadlines.
Yes.
There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's our true estimation of what it's actually cost us.
Yes, all in paper. I have been collecting all the paperwork.
Yep. And in case you don't know, we are Sailing Ocean Fox, and you can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook. We do a blog every day on Facebook, and we obviously have a channel on YouTube. So thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you'll join us in the future. Bye.